Hey guys, Eternal Darkness 94 again, and today I am talking Legend of Korra. I have always been a hardcore Avatar The Last Airbender fan, my favorite character being Zuko. I'm a stickler for a firebender, don't know many girls who aren't. Today, however, centers around our newest firebender, Mako. Yeah, I know, the newest firebender is Iroh, but I'm talking our so-called, and I air quote here, Zuko replacement. Now, there's a lot of controversy here on the whole Mako, Korra, Asami, BUY love triangle. Now, what I'm wanting to debunk some of these theories. How I'm going to do that is this. Okay, for one thing, you have to realize Mako is meant to replace Zuko. So he's got a pretty bad past. I mean, he's the oldest of two siblings that lost their entire family to death 10 years ago. He's got all of the weight of working at the power plant to take care of BUY on his shoulders. Bolin doesn't work. Bolin is probably like 16 and Mako is 18. Mako is the adult. He's doing what it takes to take care of his brother, so he's pretty, and he misses his father. He wears his father's scarf around his neck. Everybody knows and loves the scarf. It makes Mako Mako. All that pain has left him pretty cold and expressionless. He doesn't start showing any emotion until later on in the series, so you can't say he's been oh so negative to Korra. That's also partially in part to key words, firebender. We all know, if we are true hardcore Avatar fans and have watched the original series, that firebenders are notorious for having an attitude and having a fiery hot temper, hence the name firebender, not just because of their element. It's not his fault if he says anything bad to Korra. He gets all the bashing, and yet Zuko could beat the tar out of Aang, our quirky little Twinkle Toes hero in the previous Avatar TV series, and all the fangirls would just squeal and say it was okay because his dad hurt him and he deserved to take it out on Aang. And yet Mako's entire family died in front of him, but it's not okay for him to slip up and say, oh, you're still here, when Korra said it to him first. I am a hardcore Asami hater. As far as I see it, Mako was put in a tight spot trying to take care of his team because he's the team captain. He felt, because he feels the oldest, he feels it's his responsibility to take care of the team because he's the captain. He took working at the power plant into his own hands, and then the thing with BUY getting kidnapped. He throws himself under a bus time and time again to take care of his little brother and of Korra. And then all of a sudden, this prissy, snot-nosed rich girl throws herself at him and starts forcing dates and money spending on him. He's been living in poverty. This is access to money to take care of his friends and his brother. Why would he say no to that? He never actually loved Asami. He always has a straight face around Asami. He actually smiles at Korra. The one time in the entire first season when Asami actually kisses him on the mouth, he immediately pulls away and watches Korra. But whenever Korra kisses him, boy oh boy does he jump headlong into it. That should set up a red flag right there. Asami is too perfect. And I'm pretty sure that her looks is why everybody bashes on me for being a Mako lover so much. They think because she's beautiful, or you all think, the viewers out there, think that because she's beautiful, it makes her better. That's not the case. If you think about it, Mako is a really good-looking guy. Asami saw him as a status raiser. She's always going to be held up to high expectations to her daddy. She thinks, oh, okay, I get a good-looking firebender, it's going to appease my daddy. Because, of course, she, and I quote here, didn't know her dad was in on the whole Amon thing. Has anyone ever thought about the fact that the pretty girls are usually the best actresses? The word Asami brings to mind two things. One, Yokoichi Asami, telling me it is a male name. And two, plot device. She is going to end up bad. I can almost guarantee it. She's either going to try to bring her dad back because she's angry that he got jailed. She's going to try to use her charm to draw Bo in because he's still being tragedized over the whole Korra quote-unquote dumping him from Mako thing. And it's just going to cause a whole nother controversy. She's just too pretty to be on Team Avatar. Look at the original team. There was no one that beautiful on their team. Suki wasn't that pretty. Katara was somewhat pretty. And Toph was basically a guy. So, the only pretty person on Team Avatar was Zuko, the pretty boy. So, you honestly can't say that it's right. The pretty ones were always the bad guys before. As far as Korra hurting Bolin, not so much the case. She made it clear to Bolin that it wasn't a date, but he took it that way anyways. So whenever they were hanging out and having fun, she saw it as her butting around with Mako's brother to make him jealous that she was spending time with him, but she never saw it as a date. That was Bolin's own fault for getting wrapped up in it. She made her intentions clear. As did Mako, for that matter. So I don't see why everyone hates him and loves Asami. I'm pretty sure that Asami is causing fans, especially guys, to have a bad case of what I call pretty in pink syndrome. Because she may not actually be in pink, but she's definitely one of those stuffy up daddy's butt for his money cheerleader types. She fits the same bill as the popular kids in school. Whereas Mako is a good-looking guy. He could definitely fit the looks category for the so-called popular crowd, but doesn't really belong with them. He just got drawn in by the money. He is like, oh, there's money. I can pay for the match. I can take care of Korra and Bolin, namely Bolin, so that they won't be disappointed in me. I can't disappoint the people that I truly care about. It's hard to tell without really paying attention to someone about their personality, who they are. With Asami being so gorgeous and out there and busty and blah 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 blah, it was automatic that everyone took her side and paid the most attention to her. If you actually watch Mako, those few times that he does show any expression are toward Korra. He never shows any emotion towards Asami. He just doesn't. There's the one time when he rubs her nose or walks away with his arm around her. But it's an act, and not an act to hurt her, just to go with it so he doesn't hurt her but can still take care of Korra and Bolin. He says they're together, but his heart's not in it because at the same time he's staring longingly at Korra. Now, before anyone jumps on me for it, I am not by any means, I'm not really a shipper at all when it comes to Korra. Mako Korra is canon, and I'm always going to go with that. And just because it is canon. However, I don't like the idea of a waterbender and a firebender being together, and I never have. Zutara. I never followed Zutara either. For one, that one just didn't make sense. It's kind of like Amora. Amon and Korra? No. Dude, Amon is like in his 50s. Not gonna happen. But anyways. You can judge me how you like, but I don't see Mako as a bad guy. It isn't fair that Zuko can be the baddest guy on the planet and do all these horrible, unspeakable things to people. Zuko has killed people. Not so much intentionally, but I can promise you that when he burned down Kyoshi Island, when he burned down the villages that he burned down, you know some people died from smoke inhalation even if they don't show it up front. So Zuko has indeed killed people. But the fangirls are all over him, never once blaming him for anything that he did. He has an excuse behind it. Oh, he's a firebender and he got burned by his dad. He has a reason that it's okay. And yet Mako's parents can die in front of him and he can't have a cold heart until Korra makes him semi-better. He can't make a mistake or two in his lifetime. It's not okay for the new firebender to make a mistake because he's expected to be the perfect gentleman. That isn't fair. Hate on me all you want, but I'm a hardcore Mako fan and I always will be. So, Team Firebender for the win.
These chicks don't even know the rest of my team. They only watch pro bending matches for me. I'm always being called the man of their dreams, all because I'm the leader of my whole team.